first State of the Union.
We are told that a large portion of the president's speech tonight will focus on the economy. He is going to make the case to Americans at home that with him in the White House and Republicans in control of the Hill, that they can achieve the American dream.
Fox's Aisha Hasni at the White House. Many other topics also likely, from immigration to Iran and Ukraine. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president will deliver a state of deception and denial.
Never in our lifetime have we gone into a State of the Union where the president's rhetoric and the country's reality are so far apart.
The top House Democrat has urged his caucus to attend the speech, but sit in silent defiance. Nearly 50 Democrats plan a boycott instead, some attending protest events. A White House visit for Team USA, the men's gold medal-winning hockey players, in the Oval Office with the president hours before attending the State of the Union. The women's team, which also won gold, also invited to D.C. but not attending. An emotional plea from Savannah Guthrie on day 24 of the search for her 84-year-old mother, Nancy, as the family offers a new reward of up to $1 million.
Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. And we are begging you to please come forward now.
Meantime, a source tells Fox News Digital the possible suspect in doorbell cam footage from the day of the disappearance may also have been seen in images from a different day, also wearing a mask and gloves but without a backpack. The Pima County Sheriff's Office is disputing this, saying there's no date or time stamp associated with the images. A partial rebound on Wall Street. The Dow up 370 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The prosecution team remains in place in the murder case against accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson after a defense effort to disqualify them.
The defense is alleging a conflict of interest after learning that a prosecutor's daughter was in the crowd at Utah Valley University when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That adult child did not see the shooting unfold, but was about 85 feet away from Kirk when it happened.
Fox's Ty Paro, the Utah judge on the case, ruling today the defense failed to prove any conflict of interest. Robinson has not entered a plea and there's no trial date yet. Kirk's widow, Erica, will be one of the president's guests for the State of the Union. Just getting word of a mass stabbing attack in Washington state. 5 people dead, including a 32-year-old suspect. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says deputies were on their way to serve a no-contact order to that suspect when multiple witnesses reported he was stabbing people outside the home. Shots were fired after deputies arrived. No word yet on the identities or relationship between any of the people involved. Homeland Security just confirming 56 Coast Guard members kicked out of the service over COVID vaccine mandates have now been reinstated with back pay. A low-cost airline that hit financial turbulence is hoping to be part of summer travel plans.
Spirit Airlines says it's crunched the numbers and it's ready to exit Chapter 11 bankruptcy by late spring or early summer. The carrier's making changes, though, and it's expected to emerge as a smaller and more focused airline. It's reached a deal to sell a number of its planes, which will significantly shrink the footprint and will focus on higher demand routes. Spirit will also offer a new first-class style seating option. All said, the airline's cut its debt from nearly $7.5 billion to just over $2 billion. It's also keeping the door open for potential future mergers. Daria Albinger, Fox News.
Again, the Dow up 370, back over 49K. The S&P and the NASDAQ also in the green. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Sky Clark. That's That's a positive sign for Cronin's bunch. 44-33 as we come out of the timeout. Diggs with the perfect lob, and Booker, who's keyed this UCLA comeback. Bruins with a chance to tie or take the lead. End to end. Hammer time. Big time. Timeout. They're on their feet and pulling. Suddenly those that were dropping easily early for Illinois not going down.
Tough night, tough one. We let them find a rhythm, and we let really average shooters on their team start making shots and got comfortable. And then it stressed us. And I'm proud of our fight in the second half. At the end of the day, along with our lack of getting a defensive rebound, after we got stops for 3 possessions, and you've got to get those rebounds. And we've lost 2 games now on the road in this league because we haven't gotten a defensive rebound after we've gotten a stop, and that stuff's got to stop.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Not a good time this weekend. Not a lot of fun at all. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. We are back this afternoon. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan out sick today, but nephew Coop is in the building. Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room, our fine intern. Coop, what the hell happened Saturday night?
I don't know, but that show intro was giving me felt like war flashbacks.
No!
I was not loving to hear that. It was a brutal loss.
Here, let me tell you what I know from Saturday evening. So I had a daddy-daughter dance. I took my daughter, Emerson, and like a lot of the dads there, I'm checking my phone here and there, keeping an eye on the score, and the last thing I saw was a 23-point lead. And then when I got home, the next thing I heard was a 3 from Humrick House to tie it at 84, and I went, what happened? How did this happen? Now, so I'm fully admitting I didn't see the entire game. Having said that, I went back, watched a lot of it, and then went, okay, I got an idea how some of this came to be. And I'm glad I was doing the Cupid Shuffle and the Cha-Cha Slide instead of watching that collapse. But give me your perspective. What did you see Saturday night?
It started off pretty much, it felt like the Illini were picking up right where they left off, right? And a dominant win against USC, felt like the offense could do whatever they wanted, and that's kind of how the ball got rolling in the first half. And then all of a sudden, right around halfway through that first half, things just started to completely collapse. And yeah, it was rough scenes. It was rough scenes.
It was a rough scene. 217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. And I will mention that more than once because yesterday there was a lot of vitriol. The text line had a lot of angry texts. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, we weren't able to get to them. We were having technical difficulties at the station. We seem to be all good today, so that's good news. But I was seeing a lot of stuff from our usual texters, and it was all doom and gloom. Coop, there was stuff in there about the season is over. Yeah, they're going to get in, but they're gonna lose in the round of 32, or they're going to be a one and done. If they end up as a 3 seed, so and so, they might run into them in the first round, and they're going to clip them, and blah blah blah. And we're on upset alert. There was a lot of that. There's a lot of that on the text line, and hopefully the extra day gave people some time to kind of calm down a little bit, maybe just a hair.
You would hope that makes I was looking through it too, and that makes me a little upset, Curtis, to be honest.
Yeah,
come on, man, season's not over. Yeah, that was a brutal loss, but I don't want to hear anybody say that just means the season is over and we're not contenders or anything like that anymore.
I will agree with you. Nothing is over. Nothing's over until the season is done. You haven't even got to the Big Ten tournament yet. Nothing's over. But a 23-point lead evaporates, and it's the latest in some of these games. When you look at, and we'll talk about this, the losses that Illinois has had in particular 3 of the last 5. They've involved leads, or they have involved going into overtime and just being flat out gassed. And, UCLA closes out the half, a 33-17 run. They cut the lead to 7 points at that point. Once there's confidence, the game flipped. That's what I saw when I went back and watched the rest of it on Sunday. So, you're in this sort of pressure situation, and normally I wouldn't be concerned about that with the Illini in this group. It's still an incredible group that is in place in Champaign. But if you were to ask me between the 2 games whether I thought USC or UCLA was going to be more of a problem, I probably would have said USC, despite some of the injuries.
I think that's fair. I mean, I certainly was not expecting to see a loss, and obviously was not expecting to see a collapse of that magnitude. But really, I mean, UCLA looked very impressive, and I think obviously now that they have a top 10 win like that, they're pretty much officially stamped to being NCAA tournament bound now. So.
Yeah. If you can't get stops, you're going to be in trouble, which is what happened. The Illini couldn't get stops. I think UCLA, they hit 11 threes. And I've got all sorts of notes and things that I jotted down here. I mean, on the flip side of that, the Illini, your point, start white hot, 11 for 20 from 3, and then 2 for 22 after that.
Yeah, first half, Illinois shot 54% from the field, 53% from three-point land. In the second half, shot 29.6% from the field and 16.7% from 3.
Not ideal.
Can't have that.
No. 217-359-2255. That's the number to chime in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. But you're another day removed from it, so you're trying to put it behind you, focus on what is in front of you. And what is in front of you is probably the best team in the Big Ten, if not all of college basketball, in the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, and I watched that entire game, Michigan-Duke, and I have to say, even though Michigan lost, I came away still incredibly impressed with how good of a team they are. Like, I don't know how much of the game that you were able to watch, but their star guard, Cadeau, I think his name's Elliot Cadeau. He played awful, like horrendous. He had 2 points, I think, up until 2 minutes left in the second half, and they still were right in that game the entire time.
Yeah, so like I said, we had a daddy-daughter dance on Saturday, and all the dads, we all ended up going to Joe's Pizza, our favorite little pizza spot in Tuscola. And a big shout out to my friend Mike Flume. Mike gets his phone out, puts on the Duke Michigan game, and just kind of sits it down. He leans his phone up against a thing of Parmesan cheese so we can all sit there and stare at his phone, and while our kids are, running around the restaurant, behaving, by the way, but just running around.
It's a classy move right there.
Yeah, it was nice. It was just like, hey, can you scooch the red pepper over a little bit so I can see what's going on there on your phone? But yeah, I mean, I didn't get to see a lot of Michigan and Duke, but did dive into some of those highlights. We knew that game, you would hope. You're hoping, Michigan loses just because you need help to try to claim the Big Ten. But it's irrelevant. It was going to be kind of irrelevant anyways, and after the loss with UCLA, it is irrelevant. So let's take a look at what we got on the docket for today and for the next couple of days. Our guy Carson Gordy from WICS TV is going to join us in about 10 minutes, and he's also from Fox, Illinois. Carson does a great job covering the Illini. He's been a regular guest of ours on The Drive, so looking forward to talking with him and talking about what he saw on Saturday. Also another friend of ours. It's very TV heavy today, Coop. Then in the 4 o'clock hour, our guy Tristan Thomas is going to join us as well, talk some Illini hoops with us, talk some local basketball. We've got curveballs to throw. We've got Etched in Stone to get to. It's Tuesday, and you and I were talking off the air, are we in the mood to draft? Can we really draft? I mean, Evan's home sick. Would it be okay if we drafted? And I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you if you think we should wait till Evan. You don't have to decide right now.
All right. I gotta think it over.
This is going to be your big decision for the show here, intern. And also for the rest of the week, tomorrow, Dave Wisnowski is going to join us at 3:25. Carson Bounds from Orange and Blue News will join us tomorrow afternoon at 4:25. And I'm looking forward to this one on Thursday. Champaign Central head coach Matt Leskis is going to join us, talk a little high school football, talk about some of the IHSA rule changes. And Matt, a good friend of mine and of the shows, and just looking forward to kind of catching up with him and talking a little local football with him as well, because it's year-round, really, Coop. It's never not football season.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
We'll do a little bit of that. In the meantime and in between time, let me see here. Let's see. We had some technical difficulties, so this is our first real test that we're about to do here to see if my buttons still work. You ready? Here we go. Oh, that one's working.
All right.
Let's do some Illini headlines. We don't really need to recap what happened Saturday. We're going to do plenty of that today. Here's a good one from the weekend, led by a season-best 12 for 18 shooting performance from three. The Fighting Illini women took down Northwestern on Sunday, 92-65, and they've now won 3 in a row, and they've been victorious over the Wildcats in the last 8 meetings. Not too bad for Shauna Green's crew. The Illinois Women's Senior Day game was also announced versus Minnesota. That's going to be coming up next week on the 1st. It starts at 1 o'clock on the Big Ten Network, and it's the wild card game, whatever that means for the Big Ten Network. I'm not. Maybe that could be flexed. Do you know what that means?
I think it's just like a marketing thing.
Is that what they call it, the wild card?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right. Well, that was news to me. I didn't realize it was a marketing ploy. Here's another one for you. Illinois secured its first ranked victory of the season in baseball over the weekend. 14-5 road win over the number 6 Coastal Carolina squad. The Illini offense exploded for 14 runs on 17 hits. And speaking of which, the Big Ten Conference announced its baseball schedule for television this year. The Illini are scheduled to play 1 nationally televised contest with the regular season this year. Illinois' home game against Northwestern on Saturday, May 9th, is going to be on the Big Ten Network. Illinois softball, 5-9 now on the season. They fell to NC State 4-0 on Sunday afternoon, 2-2 on the road. And this one from the world of tennis, the Illini swept its Sunday doubleheader, wins over North Carolina and UIC at the Atkins Center. The Illini improved to 6-3 ahead of its final non-conference matches, which will be happening this coming weekend. Those are your Illini headlines.
I realized that a wild card game, in this case, it was something to do with the network. It was originally supposed to be a Big Ten Plus game, but it got flexed to Big Ten Network.
Ah.
So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good game.
Do you have any broadcasts coming up on Big Ten Network?
No, not till the end of March.
What do you know what you're going to do?
Doing softball play-by-play.
All right. Illini softball?
Yeah.
Okay. And I assume at home, or are you going to?
Yeah, I'll have to keep you guys posted.
All right, man. There you go. And those are your Illini headlines. 217-359-2255. That is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. If you want to rant, if you want to vent, if you want us to be your vehicle of anger and you want to get it off your chest about Saturday's loss at UCLA, you can. Or if you want to put it behind you, look forward. You know what you can do to put that behind you as a fan, as a listener? You know what you could do? You can focus on Friday night and how you could be there for free. It's a tough ticket to get a hold of right now, Illinois, Michigan. Do you got tickets for that one? You going to that, Coop?
I'm not. I'm going home this weekend.
Oh, what's going on this weekend?
Going home to see my family and see my girlfriend before she goes on vacation.
What's the weather going to be like? Going to go somewhere cold?
Where is she going?
No, where you're going.
Oh,
where
I'm going. No, I'm. Oh no. I didn't pick up what you're
not going to go watch like an outdoor hockey game or something, are you?
No, we're going to watch the Illini game. Watch the Illini game.
Well, you're going to be watching the Illini game comfortably somewhere. And if you, who are listening right now, want to watch it comfortably at State Farm Center, we got your chance to score tickets. Only a couple games left at State Farm Center for the year. You want to be there for Illinois versus Michigan. Text Illini to 217-359-2255, and you could win. ILLINI to 217-359-2255 to win tickets. That is courtesy of Parlor Donuts, Jets Pizza, and The Drive. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to talk with Carson Gordy from WICS-TV and Fox Illinois. Get the latest on what is next for Brad Underwood's squad and get Carson's take on Saturday night. So that is on the way. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Nephew Coop. Shout out to Evan. Hope he's feeling better soon.
Thinking of him.
You were thinking, we're thinking of you, buddy. That's all next on The Drive.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance. And they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863. Or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
I'm very honored to have Brittany Algie in my studio. She's advanced practice registered nurse specializing in behavioral health at OSF Healthcare Sacred Heart in Urbana. Now has several options for inpatient, outpatient behavioral health, offering medication management and therapy to treat depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, and more. Isn't it, you have to kind of agree you kind of need to talk to somebody?
Absolutely.
How do you get to that?
Being honest and doing a self-check-in about how you feel. Checking in with your emotions, seeing like, am I okay? Because a lot of times we're highly functioning, feeling depressed, we're feeling overwhelmed, and we don't take a minute to just pause and actually see how we're feeling.
But so stigma, Brittany, and you don't want to talk to somebody because then they'll think you're crazy.
Well, there's no such thing as crazy. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help because life is always going to be challenging. There's always going to be stressors that come along.
So we commend you and
Thank you.
somebody who loves what they do. So I'm going to give out your number.
Behavioral health professionals, OSF Healthcare, Sacred Heart, Urbana, 217-337-4310.
How do you tell the younger ones that you just got to hang in there?
My best advice to the young officers is just be yourself, be able to communicate with people, talk to people, treat people how you want to be treated, and you're going to get that respect back eventually. I mean, you earn that respect over time, just doing things the right way.
Chad Burnett is a force at school. What is it about it that you like about the job?
The school resource officer job is great. You just build relationships on a daily basis with students, staff, parents. You're always striving to see that growth in the students. It's a challenge sometimes to see that, but I've been fortunate enough to be there for 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of strides being made within the district and within the building itself. I'd actually like to shout out our administration and our deans. They do a great job of being proactive and staying ahead of any issues we may have, and they work extremely hard.
Officer Chad Burnett, Urbana Police Department, they say humble, kind, fair, patient, trustworthy. Pretty cool.
That's the way I want to be known.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
PDR Automotive in Urbana is a locally owned repair shop, and they've now serviced over 250,000 vehicles in their near 50-year history. Now, that's more than 4 times the size of a sold-out Memorial Stadium. It's more than all Division I athletes in the country combined. That's more than the entire population of Champaign County. That's more than, well, you get the idea. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan under the weather. He's at home today. Be back tomorrow. But nephew Coop, he's in attendance.
I'm filling in.
Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room. Also our fine intern. And you saw all the horror that was Saturday night.
I did.
It was terrifying, wasn't it?
Terrible.
Very difficult. Somebody else who does a great job covering the Illini, and he's going to help explain it all. I know he is, because he's much smarter than I am. Carson Gordy from Fox, Illinois, is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Carson, please explain everything that happened Saturday night, please.
Yeah, what a fun game, right? I just think, defensively, you knew they weren't going to be a top 10 in the country, and I thought UCLA did a really good job of making some tough shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, there's a couple plays in space where Mirkovic maybe, got burned a little bit. And then, obviously, that last play, that inbound play, that can't happen. Brad Underwood knows that. He took responsibility. But, that was very similar to what we saw last year against Tennessee, as everybody knows. And if we're just talking about this year, there's just a theme of really good guards that Illinois struggles to guard. Jeremy Fears, 26 and 15. Donovan Dent, around 20 points and 15 assists. Braden Smith had an absolute field day. Wisconsin, absolute field day. So They go against these super, athletic guards. They've struggled to defend them, and defensively, they're number 30th in KenPom. Realistically, if you want to compete for national championship, you got to be at least top 25. So defensively, probably got some work to do. Offensively, that's what they do. They shoot threes. There's going to be days they make a lot. There's going to be days that they miss a ton. In a perfect world, I don't want to be a coach, but you just dump it to Thomas Ivicic if you need the easy twos, maybe. But they got to the free throw line 31 times, made 85%. So, offensively, their metrics actually went up. I think the big picture thing is defense just in general. I know Underwood had a soundbite where he kind of ended on one rebound. We could have just got that defensive rebound, just like the Michigan State game. You don't want a game coming down to one single play. Just the big picture, the elephant in the room, is defense and trying to guard really good guards.
When we talk about the final play, what did you see? Was it? I mean, I've seen people pointing the finger at Andre. Coming off that initial screen on the inbounds pass. I know that you erase a 23-point lead if you're UCLA. You get to overtime. I mean, that's incredible in its own right. So it does come down to that final play. But what did you see defensively in that breakdown, Carson?
Yeah, it looked like a situation where they didn't want to foul and put Donovan Dent to the free throw line to make 2 free throws. So he had Zvonimir try to protect the basket, probably didn't try to give his best swat attempt. I think they were cautious trying to, take a foul. And I think Andre just got beat. I mean, the situation that Brad kind of wanted in a perfect world is that, you force them to take a jump shot or have to throw it. I felt like it was a little bit passive where Dent was able to be super athletic and run to the basket. In a perfect world, maybe you put Kylan Boswell on there, try to be a little more physical and force a pass or a jump shot, and they probably win the game.
Carson, does this loss change your outlook on the rest of the season in any sort of way, or are you kind of feeling the same about Illinois' maybe NCAA tournament chances?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel the same. I feel like they're an Elite Eight team that can make a Final Four if they're playing well. Defensively, just sometimes it has to raise a little bit of an eyebrow at times. You're going to face really good guards in the NCAA tournament, and I just think college basketball is just so stacked this year. I mean, Purdue, everybody was dogging on them. They're a 2 seed right now and might be above Illinois, and they still got Braden Smith. Michigan, really good team. I know Houston's lost 3 in a row, but Kansas, that's going to be a dangerous 3 seed. They're beating everybody at home. So just in general, now I still think this is a potential Final Four Elite Eight team, but they're definitely human. When you only go 13 of 42 from the 3-point line, that can happen in future games. Struggling to guard a really good guard, we've seen it, and that can happen in future games. So a lot of work to do, probably if you want to feel very good about national championship expectations.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis, Cooper O'Kelly in the studio, filling in for Evan, and our guy Carson Gordy from Fox, Illinois, and WICS ABC 20 is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Carson, you mentioned Donovan Dent. He goes for 14 points, 15 assists, doesn't turn the ball over, so that is another, defensive concern, no forced turnovers there. But having said that, your next opponent is a Michigan team that I know is coming off a loss against Duke, but they're good everywhere, not just at guard. So give me some positives. Make me feel better, sir, about Friday night in Michigan coming to town.
Brad hasn't lost them since I was a senior in high school. Does that make you feel better?
Hey,
no,
there you go.
But again, I think Dusty May had a really good quote when they beat Michigan State. Well, this Michigan team hasn't played here because they hadn't won in East Lansing in 7 years. Or everybody always talked to Kurt Signetti, and he would just say, well, this Indiana team hasn't been here because of the transfer portal and switching rosters real quick. It's a fun thing for fans, and me and my friends love saying it. Daddy Brad owns, the University of Michigan and stuff. But realistically, no, this Michigan team is unreal, and they played very competitive against Duke, and, their guards kind of had an off day. Elliot Cadeau did not have his best day. He looked like his former North Carolina self taking on that Duke Blue Devil team. I mean, this Michigan front court is just unreal, super athletic. Morris Johnson, he's scoring pretty well, and defensively he's pretty good. And I think Mara is one of the best shot blockers in the Big Ten. So they got really good length, and then they also got athletic guards. They run a very, very fast tempo, so they're probably going to try to run Illinois up and down the court. It's going to be important for Illinois to try to make this a half-court game and for them to make their shots, but definitely going to be a really, really tough challenge. Because before this Duke game, I mean, Michigan was looking unstoppable. Elliott was making his threes. Barnett was making his three-point shots. Really good front court. So it's going to be a big challenge on Friday.
Just looking ahead to Friday in terms of like the environment, you're always down there in that lower bowl. How do you see like State Farm Center being on Friday night in terms of like rowdiness and energy?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Perez Johnson. I'm going to send him some earmuffs, to cover his ears. No, I'm joking. I did not talk to him. He's going to get it. Thought Scott Clark got it? Oh, geez. Perez Johnson. I mean, that is going to be, if I had to guess, I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to bet, they're going to get after him because that was a very well-publicized exit. I mean, everybody thought he was back. He was a fan favorite. Everybody loved Perez Johnson. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's, it's like, okay, he might go to Ohio State. He might go here. Oh, wait, he's going to Michigan. It's like, okay, man. So, very interesting from the fan dynamic. But, yeah, kind of like separate the art from the artist. He's a really good basketball player this year. I mean, he's one of the most efficient offensive players. He's still got a lot of athleticism as a defensive player. It's always a fun conversation. My friends bring up a lot. Who would you rather have, David Mirkovich or Perez Johnson? I don't know. It's college basketball. People transfer. Andre's on his third school in 3 years. Trey White's on his fourth school in 4 years. Like, people transfer, and David Mirkovich has been pretty productive for Illinois this year offensively, and, Perez Johnson's doing a good job at Michigan. David fits what Illinois wants to do, so it's going to be an interesting battle for sure.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. Carson Gordy on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. All right, Carson, I'm going to switch gears because I know that you are working on a pretty cool story right now, and it involves the Chicago Bears. Now, are you up north right now? Where are you as you're working on the story?
It's the power of Zoom. I looked up the Arlington Heights mayor and typed in his phone number and gave him a call, and he agreed to do an interview with me. And I'm about to interview former Illinois player and state rep Cam Buckner, who's a pretty big negotiator on behalf of, he's a Chicago lawmaker. So pretty much everybody's talking about the Chicago Bears. Like, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to go to Hammond and take that really nice deal. But after talking to the mayor, I feel like it is possible that the Chicago Bears might get what they want and get a favorable bill so they would build there. Essentially, they want their property taxes completely cut a ton. The initial bill that lawmakers keep talking about was they were going to be charged $100 million a year in property tax, and the next highest NFL team is $9 million with the LA Rams. So pretty much essentially they needed state lawmakers to give local lawmakers the authority to cut their taxes. So Arlington wants to slash their taxes, but they need the state to give them permission to. So it sounds like lawmakers on Thursday are going to be discussing that bill in committee, and they're going to probably try to keep the Bears in the state of Illinois. But, I mean, the Hammond, Indiana pursuit is really up the ante. This was a deal that the Bears have been trying to get for 2-3 years, and seems like its most momentum has come over the last couple weeks because Indiana is willing to pay for their stadium, and the Bears are giving out nice statements about Indiana. So very interesting political dynamic with J.B. Pritzker and everybody.
Well, and without giving away too much of the story you're working on, and I know you'll have that done after you talk with Buckner, but was there one thing that really jumped out to you from the mayor of Arlington Heights today?
Yeah, he just told me J.B. Pritzker is a smart guy with ambition, wants to run for president. That's what the mayor told me, and he was like, "I'm very confident that he's going to get the job done." The mayor is very confident that the state is eventually going to pass a tax law so they can slash their property tax bill. But it's a two-step process, right? Like, you got to worry about the taxes with just the annual property tax bill, and then you got to pay a separate $800-900 million bill to build the sewers, highways, infrastructure. That would be on the state's dime or local taxpayer dime. So that one seems like that's a settled discussion from after talking to officials. It's the property tax one that needed to get worked out.
Very interesting. Coop, you got anything for Carson on that one? If not, it's okay.
Yeah, no, just in terms of like what you heard from reps in Arlington Heights, are they paying a lot of mind to what the Bears are saying about Indiana, or is that kind of all in the normal cycle of negotiations?
I mean, everybody that's been watching has seen that, Indiana has a legit offer. It's not fake. Like, they're going through the state. They're passing it. They got a deadline on Friday, and with their supermajority and their governor, they're going to get it passed. So they're pretty much wait and see for the Chicago Bears. They're locked and loaded to bring the Chicago Bears to that site, and they're going to be raising a ton of taxes, whether it's hotel tax, highway tax, ticket tax, etc. So they've proposed a lot of taxes to pay for it. So Arlington, the mayor told me like that he's seen the most momentum after that Hammond deal became a lot more serious over the last couple of weeks. The Bears have tried to talk to them for several years, and it just never really gained a lot of momentum because maybe you thought, well, where are you going to go, Chicago? You're stuck here. Well, no, actually, they might move 15 minutes across the border if they really need to. But the mayor of Arlington Heights is very confident that the Bears want to be in Arlington. They want to stay in the state of Illinois, but they got to get that property tax bill cut. So I'll be talking to Cam Buckner and see if, because he's on that committee that's got to vote for it. We'll see if he's willing to vote for it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Carson. I mean, that was an eye-opening conversation that Evan and I had with Cam when a lot of this started a few months ago. And he was honest with us. He said, look, Kevin Warren and I are legitimate friends. I've known him for years and years, but we are on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to this particular deal. He's looking for transparency. So I'm curious what you find out from him, or if there are certain things you hope. What is it you hope to learn from Cam Buckner after you talk to him?
Listen, I just want to know what the people with power think. Are you going to vote for it? Like, how much is this going to cost? I think the infrastructure part of it is also a fascinating aspect that hasn't been reported as much. Everybody's talking about the property tax bill, but there's still an $800 million price tag that Illinois has to pay for the roads and sewers and stuff. So I'm just curious what he thinks and what it would take for him to support a bill like this.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, I can't wait to see the finished product after that report comes out from you. In the meantime and in between time, where can they find you on the socials, sir?
You can find me on Facebook at Carson Gordy. That's been the big dog recently. So if you want to go on there, go on there. But Twitter is my first love. I still post on Twitter a lot. So my name is Gordy, Gourdie. Then report. That's the Twitter handle.
All right, man. Looking forward to it. That is Carson Gordy, and we'll talk to you real soon, man. Appreciate you. Carson Gordy from WICS Channel 20 in Fox, Illinois on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. 217-359-2255. So a couple of big things there. It was really interesting to get his perspective on the Illinois loss. Looking forward literally to Friday with Michigan. But how you feeling, Mr. Suburbs? How you feeling about did that make you feel any better about them? Maybe the Bears going to Arlington Heights instead of Indiana?
Yeah, it made me feel really good. I mean, I feel like over the past couple of weeks, like ever since that one day where everything started to break loose and everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're really going to move to Hammond, Indiana. Mm-hmm. After that kind of like hysteria calmed down, I've been kind of like, all right, there's no way they're actually going to do that. Like, I am very confident they're going to remain in the state of Illinois. They're going to be in Arlington Heights. And hearing Carson kind of back that up makes me feel really good.
I gotta tell you, that's also probably a little bit easier of a sell for your girlfriend. You want to be like, listen, babe, we're going to go to Hammond, Indiana on Sunday, okay? And we're going to freeze there with the factories behind us and the pond. Is that cool? It's probably an easier sell to go. We're just going to go to Arlington Heights.
We're going to stay in the suburbs. We're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right. It's not, and it's a closer drive for you, as you've mentioned before.
Yeah.
It's a nicer drive, so there you go. It's all about love. That's really what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
217-359-2255. That is your number from the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Coop, I'm having trouble with my text line again today, so I'm working on that. Is it working for you over there?
I don't think so. I tried texting it myself to see if it worked, and my text isn't popping.
All right, well, we're going to get to work on that. So if you have been texting in, Maybe the anger over the Illini loss was so much it broke the system, and I'm not joking that maybe that happened. It's happened before.
We got like 50 texts in a row of people so upset that the system got overloaded.
I said this at the start of the show. If you're just joining us, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Cooper filling in for Evan today. I said this at the start of the show. Yesterday when I got here, before some of the technical difficulties we had yesterday, the amount of angry texts that I already saw was like, oh, man, we're going to have so much to talk about today. And then the radio god said, no, you must wait one more day. So apparently we're going to have to wait one more segment as well. So we're going to get to your texts as soon as we can. Keep them coming, 217-359-2255. Tristan Thomas is going to join us in the next 25 minutes as well from WCIA 3. So, again, it's very TV heavy today, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah, they're going to give us like a first-hand account. They're always looking to see what's going on.
It's a melting
filming.
pot. Yeah, we all work together here. You know, I had this talk with Uncle Lon once about how people think if you're on separate radio stations or TV stations, you must all hate each other. You must be rivals. It's like, we all kind of get along for the most part. There's a few people that we're not going to hang out with at the bar or whatever, but for the most part, we're good, you know?
Yeah.
You got anything like that with the champagne room, Coop?
No, I can't.
Like everybody's cool there? Okay, I'm just checking.
No, I actually have a huge beef with all the student reporters at the Daily Illini.
Hey, let me tell you something. Kyle Tosk, great one. Hey, shout out to the great one. He's under the weather too. Tosk has got the bug that's going around right now as well, and he's going to be joining us later on in the week once he's feeling better. So maybe we can get him and Evan back together, and they'll be healthy at the same time.
Yeah, they can trade stories about how sick they were.
That's war stories of the flu of 2026. All right, we'll do some more Illini talk. We will get to your text, and also I'll throw some curveballs at you next on The Drive.
How do you tell the younger ones that you just got to hang in there?
My best advice to the young officers is just be yourself, be able to communicate with people, talk to people, treat people how you want to be treated, and you're going to get that respect back eventually. I mean, you earn that respect over time, just doing things the right way.
Chad Burnett is a force at school. What is it about it that you like about the job?
The school resource officer job is great. You just build relationships on a daily basis with students, staff, parents. You're always striving to see that growth in the students. It's a challenge sometimes to see that, but I've been fortunate enough to be there for 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of strides being made within the district and within the building itself. I'd actually like to shout out our administration and our deans. They do a great job of being proactive and staying ahead of any issues we may have, and they work extremely hard.
Officer Chad Burnett, Urbana Police Department, they say humble, kind, fair, patient, trustworthy. Pretty cool.
That's the way I want to be known.
Jesse with Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Looking for a fun and affordable way to spend spring break? Head to the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center, located at 102 East Michigan Avenue. From March 16th through the 20th, enjoy public swim daily from 1:30 to 5 p.m. Admission is just $6 per swimmer and only $3 for spectators. And a zero-depth pool, perfect for the little ones. While you're there, grab your membership for the outdoor pool and get ready for summer. For more information, call 217-384-7665 or visit urbanaparks.org. From the Urbana Park District, you belong here.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champaign. What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. Ellen Hook, Ashley Furniture, President's Day sale. You'll love it. You'll love the energy, and maybe you'll win.
We're going to give away a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
I can't believe you're doing a Tempur-Pedic.
It is our most popular model, but it's a Queen Lux Adapt Tempur-Pedic, and the features I could go on and on about, but if you come in and try it out, you'll see for yourself. Feels great. Sleep is good.
If you get the elevating kind, you decide to buy one that brings you up. Lift gives you a little less snoring.
Less snoring.
Which is
One of our
huge.
bases is so cool, it automatically adjusts as it senses your snoring. It's called the Smart Base, and we're giving one away. So when you purchase the Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress, you're going to get a free queen-size adjustable base. So
That
it's,
hears the snoring and elevates.
it does. It senses it, and it also syncs up with your TV. So like it's an audio experience. It's a smart base. It's like incredible. The technology is off the charts. You know, for 0% for 60 months, we're not worried about that.
That's quite an offer. Ellen Hook, nice to see you. When is all this happening?
Right now, we are going to end up extending that sale till I think March 3rd.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan Stone, a little under the weather today. Evan out for today. Hopefully we'll have him back tomorrow. But the nephew's in the house. Or is it the cousin? We were discussing this last week. Do you want to be nephew Coop or cousin Coop?
I don't really. It's up to you guys. I don't have a preference.
All right. Well, it'll just depend on the day and how
All
my
right.
brain fires. He might be a little bit more, and by he I mean Evan, he might be a little bit more apt to come up with some consistency for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, lots to get to here on The Drive. I'm leaving it up to cousin Coop. See what I did there? Nephew Coop. I'm leaving it up to Cooper to decide whether or not we're going to draft, because normally we draft on Tuesdays. But I have won 4 in a row. So I don't know. That's got to be a little intimidating for you.
Yeah, it is. I'm really nervous.
Are you gonna? Do you want to draft today? You going to pick a category or what?
I'm down. I the only thing I'm thinking of, because it's Michigan week, like we
Ooh.
draft things that start with the letter M. But that is pretty broad.
Draft our favorite things. No, it's a thing that
Yeah,
start
a
with the
thing.
letter
Yeah.
M. So could you draft? Could it be any verb? Could it be any person, place, or thing, or just things? Because
Yeah, sure.
okay, I'm just asking because I don't know if that means if I wanted to draft Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, you
just
could
making
do that.
this up.
Sure.
And then M&M's the candy.
Yeah.
What about Eminem the rapper?
Oh, no, because that starts with an E.
Touche. Working on the text line as well. I think the system got flooded, and I'm not joking. I think we just got so many texts that things got a little haywire. So engineers working on the text line, 217-359-2255. I got something for you, though, Coop. This is normally saved for Evan Stone, but since you're filling in, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Curtis's
curveball.
Here comes some curveballs for you, Coop. And today it's kind of, how do I put it? It's beer related, because after the Saturday night loss, I was pretty down. So I learned some interesting beer facts to help me cope with the Illini loss.
Fair enough.
A study says that we may be taking too much vitamin D. Unless vitamin D is in beer, then I'm good. So you don't know if I'm serious or not. I could say, let me put it on Coop's face. Get him on the camera. You think I'm serious or not? That was a bad dad joke. Is what that was. All right. According to a study, too little sleep, Coop, has the same effect on your brain as alcohol. It's cheaper than alcohol, but it has the same effect on your brain. So, you know what?
Stop sleeping.
You and your crazy college buddies, instead of drinking beer, just stay up late. You know, just stay up late.
What about both?
Ooh,
There you go.
There's a shelf life to that, man. At some point, you're gonna go 8:30. I'm not going out after 8:30. What is wrong with you? Why would you invite me out for a beer after 8:30? All right. Here's one more beer one for you. In Sweden, this happened during an Olympic watch party. A man who drove to the police station, he was there to pick up a friend who had been arrested for drunk driving. The man who had been arrested was coming home from a bar watching the Olympics. His buddy that came to pick him up was also drunk and got picked up for the same crime at the police station.
Are you big on inventions, Coop? Do you ever see any? You're up late at night. You ever see any late night commercials while you're streaming your favorite television shows? You ever? Do those even exist anymore in the ads?
I'm into learning about inventions.
All right. Well, here are some inventions that are real. I'm not making these up, and they did not succeed. The waterproof towel. Glow-in-the-dark sunglasses. Solar-powered flashlights. Now, that one's still on the market.
That one I feel like makes more sense.
It could work. It could work. How about the inflatable dartboard? You ever play inflatable darts?
That doesn't really work.
Powdered water. No. Waterproof tea bags. The helicopter ejector seat. Now, I feel like that one
it could
maybe
be practical.
But I don't know, does it shoot you out sideways? Last one, nonstick Velcro. It's a pretty good one, right?
Because it has to stick.
It has to stick, yeah. And finally, it's Lent time. Have you given up anything for Lent?
I gave up Lent.
Well, then that's better than any joke I got here. It's better than anything. No, some of your Catholic friends might have disappeared from social media because they've given it up for Lent. However, according to a study that came out yesterday, 56% of those who gave up a social media site for Lent admit that they are spending more time on other social media sites. So, Coop, if you gave up Twitter for Lent, I'm just saying, I see you on Instagram all the time, buddy. You're not fooling me. Those are your curveballs for today. Text line working for you yet? I'm seeing
I'm seeing
man.
nothing.
This is so frustrating. I'm very, very upset about it. 217-359-2255. Keep texting. Eventually, you'll break on through. Let's talk a little bit more about Saturday night because we're going to talk with Tristan Thomas from WCIA 3 here in just a little bit about the Illini game. Started off white hot, and that's another thing I think people are focusing on the collapse, and I understand why, rightfully so. But having said that, if this team comes out and plays in the first half against Michigan how it did for the first 10, 15 minutes as it did the other night, how are you feeling about them in that moment against Michigan?
I mean, I feel like this happens in not every Illini game that I watch, but in a lot of them where they go on some insane scoring run. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this team's winning the national championship. Like, genuinely, like, I feel so confident when everything is, like, rolling and, you know, the pieces are working together. There's synergy amongst all the players. So if they start off that way against Michigan, I'm probably going to fall into that same trap and think, okay, yeah, we're going to upset Michigan right now.
It is kind of nice to have the break, right? You have the loss Saturday. You got a week now to get your mind right and get ready for this game. This game's been circled since the schedule came out. This is not a surprise to me that it's this important at this point in the season.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the players know that, but I agree with you. Like, having that extra, almost a full week in between games, I think is just going to allow them, at least from what I would think would happen. I'm sure they're all upset over the loss and how things ended. They've been seeing, you know, how fans are upset.
Sure.
They understand, like, how much of a tragedy blowing that game was. And I would imagine that that's just going to even motivate them even further.
You think anybody gets any extra minutes, or you think it's just the same 7 guys that Underwood's gone to battle with so far this year? You think you see anybody off the bench?
No. I mean, maybe a little bit more Big Z just because they have a couple big guys that can score. Michigan does. So maybe him for some extra minutes, but he already plays around 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's getting about 20. Humrick House is right there with those. I mean, it's the usual suspects, I think, too. I did see more than one person online with some mini rants about bringing in fill in the blank off the bench. Pick your guy, Petrovic, whoever. I haven't seen enough of Mihajlo defensively to go, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you would sit Andre down for a better, like, I don't see that.
Him or Brandon Lee, like, thing.
I don't see that. Yeah, and that's not a knock on those guys. It's just not their game. And I saw people taking I saw Kylan taking a couple strays on the Twitter. There were angry fans about the last play. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I know it was a breakdown, and I know you're upset about it. The perimeter defense has improved so much since his return, and that's a whole other thing. But 217-359, sometimes you got to go 22-55 and just kind of woo-saw.
I think people have been unnecessarily, like, angry and not, like, making fun of is the wrong word, but like blaming things on Kylan all season long. Like people, when he was down, they're like, oh, this team is better without Kylan Boswell out there.
Yeah.
That is something that I never understood. I never appreciated. And if you're watching Illinois basketball, especially on the defensive end, and you think that Kylan Boswell is the problem, you are an idiot. Like, I do not understand how you could believe that.
Hey, anybody you want to call out specifically? Who's an idiot? Say their name.
Nobody.
No, you're not. Oh, okay. I'm just checking. No, it was interesting. Like, I think this team's better without him. I think, no, what you saw in his absence was other players stepping up. And Keaton Wagler has been Keaton Wagler all year. And we just didn't know how good he was going to be when the season started. Nobody knew that. But in Kylan Boswell's absence, you saw Murkovich have a game, or you saw Stojakovic have a game. These guys are dropping 25, 35 points, whatever it is. You're seeing that, and then on the defensive side of the ball, I can't say enough good things about Big Z and Ben Humrickhouse as well. What Ben Humrickhouse has done defensively this year. You heard Underwood with the quote last week. I think a year ago, Ben couldn't have guarded a dead man. That was the quote that Underwood had. Obviously, that is not the case. He's been much, much better. But it was an all-around collapse. There's lots of fingers to point. And Underwood takes responsibility. He's been very clear about that. Now, I should know this off the top of my head, and I don't. Do you know when his next presser is going to be? By chance?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I haven't received. Normally, we get the notification and like, hey, if you're coming to, State Farm Center or wherever it's going to be, you come on by at this time and blah blah blah. But I haven't seen that yet.
I would imagine it either be sometime tomorrow or Thursday leading up to the game.
Yeah. 217-359-2255. We're still working on the text line, and I apologize. Working through the bugs. We didn't want to take 2 days off because of any technical issues. And things were doing just fine earlier this morning, and well, maybe it's just my fault. Maybe I jinxed us. It could be that.
No,
I am a walking jinx. I have been told that more than once.
If anything, it's Evan's fault for not showing up.
It's probably what happened. Evan's probably. I try not to blame Evan for everything, but every once in a while you kind of have to. Sometimes that's just warranted.
Think he's listening?
Oh, I'm sure. In between whatever gut ache he's got going on, I'm sure he's got the radio on. He's listening, or he's streaming on his phone or something. He's probably on YouTube. He's probably watching us right now, sending angry comments at us on YouTube. That's probably what's going on. 217-359-2255. Now, there are some existing angry texts that we can get to here on the text line. This one is from our guy Big Def that came in the other day. He said, guys, it came in yesterday, excuse me. I had this big holistic rant ready for you guys on the entire systematic approach to basketball, from X's and O's to roster and workload management, but I can back my strategic opinions with much more authority in football, baseball, and in business than I can in basketball. So I will just say, gosh darn it, in all caps with a bunch of exclamation marks. Thank you, Big Def. Much appreciated, buddy. Joe in Springfield was one of the first people to text in, and he had a lot of anger over the loss. And understand, if you're feeling that about your Illini this week, I understand. He said, hey, we can root for the golf team. That's the best program at Illinois right now, baby.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that.
Sorry,
oh, my goodness. You want to anger people.
Shout out to Illinois Golf.
What is your Twitter handle, Coop, so the golf team can find you?
No, I'm not.
You sure?
Nope.
You don't want any of that?
At Curtis Allen.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do that. If they spell it wrong, there's this poor guy, I think he sells insurance in Idaho or something. He spells his name with a C instead of a K, and he'll get some angry, There's some Bears fans out there that try to come after me sometimes and
really?
Tweet that guy instead, yeah. I'm like, I don't know what to tell him.
Think he knows what's going on?
Nah, probably not. Probably not. Every time he Googles himself, I don't come up because I spell my name with a K. I don't think he listens. We got about a minute to news. So I want to ask you this one. When you come out of this game with Michigan, we're going hypothetical, and this is just going to be a quick off the top of your head, Coop. Let's say you win this game Friday night. Why not? Why not? Let's say you get a W. Now what are you looking at the rest of the year? Are you thinking about winning out? You need a lot of help still. There's just not enough time if you want a Big Ten championship. Does your attention turn strictly to the Big Ten tournament then?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You have no fighting chance of winning the regular season title because you need Michigan to drop all of their next 3 regular season games.
And I don't see that happening.
I
don't see that happening. But it would be kind of fun. It would make a lot of people feel good. You get out of State Farm Center Friday night with a W. 217-359-2255. I keep giving the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. I promise we are working on it. And, I'm going to go with you. We'll go ahead and blame Evan. This is Evan's fault.
All right. I'm good with that.
Everything is your fault, Evan. We love you, buddy. Get well. We'll see you real soon. News coming up next on The Drive.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Go big. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. House Speaker Mike Johnson says that's what he told the president ahead of tonight's State of the Union address, that he should sell what Republicans have done.
When we are sitting in a country right now where inflation and gas prices and crime are going down and paychecks and tax refunds are going up, you have a secure border again, you have a restoration of peace through strength, we're respected around the world again, solving wars along the way.
Democrats couldn't disagree more.
Costs have gone up, job creation has gone down, and ICE is totally out of control.
Though House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has urged his caucus to attend the speech and sit in silent defiance, 70 Democrats now plan a boycott instead, with some attending alternative protest events. New Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger will give the formal Democrat response tonight. You can listen to live coverage of the State of the Union beginning at 8 Eastern tonight at foxnewsradio.com. On day 24 of the search for Nancy Guthrie, her daughter Savannah announcing a new reward, appealing again for anyone with information to reach out.
We are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery.
The Today Show co-host says the family still believes in a miracle and that her mom can come home, but has also accepted the fact she may never return. A deadly mass stabbing attack under investigation in Washington State. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says 5 people are dead, including the suspect. Deputies were initially responding to reports that a man was violating a no-contact order when they learned the order wasn't valid because it had not been served on the suspects. They were en route to serve it when they got additional reports he was stabbing people outside a home near Tacoma. America is listening to Fox News.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
A shelter-in-place order is lifted for U.S. tourists in Mexico after the Mexican Army's attempted capture of a drug lord led to multiple cartel deaths and cartel clashes with police.
A lot of people have been trying for 2 days to get out because of the violence here, including one man who got caught in a gunfight while he was trying to play a simple round of golf.
Smoke all around us. As all the cars were going on fire. Then we had the explosions. They had machine guns going off all around us.
A lot of the senior tourists we talked to said they got dropped off by vans from their hotel at an event, like a monument or a museum. And then the cartel members seized the vans, lit them on fire. So you had a lot of elderly tourists really stuck until the middle of the night, hoping for a police escort back to their hotels. A lot of people here Been through a lot. Eager to get home.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Puerto Vallarta. A bill aimed at requiring locator systems for aircraft to help prevent mid-air collisions fails to pass the U.S. House. It was proposed after last year's deadly crash near D.C. involving a regional jet and an Army helicopter, a competing, more comprehensive bill than a different version which had passed the Senate. President Trump settling a lawsuit with the estate of singer Isaac Hayes over use of the hit song Hold On, I'm Coming without permission during his campaigns.
The estate filed the copyright infringement lawsuit in August of 2024, alleging the Trump campaign used the song in videos and at campaign events during his 2020 and 2024 presidential bids. The announcement was made by Hayes' son, Isaac Hayes III, on X, saying in part, the lawsuit has been mutually resolved and we are satisfied with the outcome, without disclosing any monetary details. Hayes, who died in 2008, co-wrote the song that became a 1966 hit for soul duo Sam and Dave. Sam Moore, one half of the duo, who died last year, was against the lawsuit. Shel Polino, Fox News.
Wall Street rallies, the Dow up 370. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
There's one name you need to know in car repair in the Central Illinois area, and that's John Marshall. John is the owner of PDR Automotive in Urbana and makes it his mission to know that your car will start when you come to pick it up. John strives for a repair in the most efficient time possible and is the right person to take care of your car. From tires to engine to electrical to the simple oil change. Trust in John at PDR. 1008 North Cunningham in Urbana. John's team will take care of you like family.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Ellen Hook, Ashley Furniture, President's Day sale. You'll love it. You'll love the energy, and maybe you'll win.
We're going to give away a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
I can't believe you're doing a Tempur-Pedic.
It is our most popular model, but it's a Queen Lux Adapt Tempur-Pedic. And the features I could go on and on about, but if you come in and try it out, you'll see for yourself. Feels great. Sleep is good.
If you get the elevating kind, you decide to buy one that brings you up. Lift gives you a little less snoring.
Less snoring.
Which is
one of
huge.
our bases is so cool. It automatically adjusts as it senses your snoring. It's called the Smart Base, and we're giving one away. So when you purchase the Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress, you're going to get a free queen size adjustable base. So
that hears the snoring and elevates.
It does. It senses it, and it also syncs up with your TV. So like it's an audio experience. It's a smart base. It's like incredible. The technology is off the charts. You know, for 0% for 60 months, we're not worried about that.
That's quite an offer. Ellen Hook, nice to see you. When is all this happening?
Right now. We are going to end up extending that sale till, I think, March 3rd.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back into the drive. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen, Evan Stone. A little under the weather, but the nephew is here. Nephew Coop, or Cousin Coop. Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Are you happy to be here?
I am. I
couldn't tell.
In.
That was a little...
No, I'm being serious.
Okay, I can't tell with you. I'm learning your mannerisms. So we've got Tristan Thomas on the way from WCIA 3. I understand his mannerisms. He's never fooled me like you have, Coop. But before we get to that, we're going to do some Etched in Stone. Now, I know this is normally Evan's bit. Evan out today, but we still got to give the people what they want, and that is bad financial advice.
Do they want that?
No, they don't want that at all. No, but I do have a few nuggets here. I know the last time I did Etched in Stone, I was a super jinx. I think I ruined UConn's life for a minute there. Was that who beat them?
Creighton.
Creighton goes and beats them. I had West Virginia covering last week, and they did not. They lost as well, I'm pretty sure. So, I'm going to shake that one off, and I'm moving on. We're looking exclusively at college hoops. That is what we're going to focus on in today's Etched in Stone. And I might have an NBA bet for you. But here's where I want to start. We've been talking a little bit about the Duke Blue Devils, sir. And tonight, they've got the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Duke, they're number 1 now. And that was maybe the most impressive win of the season, what they just did, right? Pretty good. The line for tonight against the Fighting Irish, 17.5. How do you feel about that? I know you're not a betting man, but when I tell you that number...
Feels like a lot.
Feels like a lot?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it at all. Give me the number 1 ranked Bluke Dew Devils. Etch 'em in stone, 17.5 for Duke. I love Bluke. You know, Bluke Dew Devils is what I'm going to call them from now on.
All right.
It's got a poopy reference. You know what I mean?
Hopefully that jinxes them.
Yeah, I think so.
Not a big fan.
Little yucky. The Bluke Poo Devils. I don't want to jinx them tonight, though. I'm going to take the 17.5 against Notre Dame. All right, here's another one for you. The Hoosiers taking on Northwestern. Indiana did not look very good against Purdue. Northwestern been pretty competitive all year. Northwestern's getting 9 points, plus 9. That means the Hoosiers are favored at home by 9. You know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like Northwestern in this matchup.
Really?
How do you, not winning, but I think they can cover the 9 points. That feels like a big number against an Indiana team that has had some not great moments. Coop, you have any thoughts on that game?
I think that's fair. Northwestern has been pretty competitive. You're right.
I'm going to take Northwestern plus 9. Etch it in my stone. All right?
Only who's going to be able to bet on that, though?
Who's going to do what now?
Can't bet on it.
Well, if they're in Indiana, I think you can. No, you can't. You got, you know what you got to do for
Iowa.
the Illinois. You got to go in person. You can still bet on Illinois colleges. You just have to do it in person.
Oh, okay, there we go.
That's
take
the
a road
law.
trip.
You got to, or you can just go over the border to Indiana if you really want to. All right, if you want to. How about we've been talking about Michigan? They got a little pit stop with Minnesota.
Money line?
You want to know what the money line is?
Minnesota? What are the odds?
Right now, Michigan, 22.5 point favorites.
Oh, my.
Coming off of a tough loss. You want to get right before you got to go on the road and play Illinois, but they're getting 22.5 against the Gophers. What do you think about that one, Coop?
I don't know. That's a lot of points, but I could also see Michigan wanting to shut everyone up after, yeah, sure, everyone's talking about how we lost, but look at this. We're going to beat Minnesota by 50.
You know what? I'm going to get a little crazy on a Tuesday night. Give me Michigan, and this is going to scare some Illini fans. I understand, but give me Michigan minus 22.5.
I like that.
Etch it in Evan Stone's sound effect. We need the money. That's 3. Let's see. I had one more for sure. Oh, here it is. Here it is. The Illini just finished their West Coast trip. They went 1-1. We all know what happened. So tonight, late one, 10 o'clock if you want to stay up that late. Both those California squads are squaring off. USC at UCLA. UCLA, 6.5-point favorite right now, coming off of their win in overtime over the Illini, biggest win of the year. USC just took a beatdown, this vicious beatdown. However, I still think USC is competitive, especially with a team like UCLA. Does that make me crazy?
I wouldn't agree with you, but
am I a little nuts?
I don't know if that's. Yeah, sure.
6.5.
For it.
6.5. And you know what? I'm so crazy. I'm going to make this my pick of the night right here.
There we go.
5-star. USC. I'm not saying they win, but I think they hang with UCLA tonight. And I know someone right now, Evan Stone's going, oh my gosh, you're crazy. No. I'm crazy like a fox. Etch it in stone. All right. So let's run through it one more time. Duke minus 17.5 at Notre Dame. Give me it. Northwestern plus 9 at Indiana. I'm taking it. Michigan coming off of a tough loss. Heartbreaker. Getting ready to come to Champaign. But before that, they got the Gophers tonight at home. Minus 22.5. Epic beatdown in store for the Minnesota Gophers tonight, my friend. And the last one, I go with 4 instead of 5 like Evan. I'm going 4. 4 Horsemen. Woo! Ric Flair. Do you know who Ric Flair is?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. And the last one, USC at UCLA. USC plus 6.5. Those are my bets. Etch it in stone. I'll put them up on our socials at The Drive 935 on Twitter and Instagram, and also on the ESPN 93.5 Facebook page. You going to lay a little money tonight now? You feeling good about my bets?
I'm not going to bet on them, but I got to say, my favorite one, I do think Michigan is just going to beat the crap out of Minnesota.
Something about the way they are going to. I think it's a beatdown waiting to happen tonight. And I think that's the one on Big Ten Network if you really, really want to watch it. I'm pretty sure Michigan at home with the Gophers, that is going to be, for my family back in the Twin Cities, they're going to have a rough night, I think, tonight.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to do some scouting.
You going to do a little scouting? Ooh,
yeah.
Now we're talking. Do you do scouting like that?
No.
Oh, well, you're about to now.
All
Now
right,
it's a thing
there
you
we
got to
go.
do. Any update on our text line there, Coop?
I've got nothing, unfortunately.
You got nothing? Let me see what I got here. Let me see here what the crack team of Techstar Us have said for me. I don't think so, though. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my winnings from tonight. Anybody that's against it, if you're not getting through on the text line, hit us up on Twitter at TheDrive935. If you don't think that I'm going to make a little money, I'm going to take my winnings and buy a new text line just for us.
Sounds good.
That's what I'm going to do. Just for me and you. Maybe we'll let Evan be a part of it when he gets back.
Sweet.
But that's the goal. That's what I'm going to do right now. Big money. I'm going to parlay all that. I'm going to take those 4 bets, put down $1 and win like $150 tonight and get a new text line.
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's enough.
I don't know how much a text line costs, but we'll find out soon enough. We'll find out.
All right.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. Did you decide if you want to draft or not, Coop? Are we going to draft our favorite M things?
I almost think that if we do that draft, we should leave it for the day before the Michigan game on Thursday.
All right, you want to do it Thursday and maybe
if we got time.
Yeah, we'll have time for that.
I'm a little biased because I want to be in the studio.
Well, I understand. And for those that don't know, you have you've got another show. Go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and take a moment to plug your other show.
Yeah, I'll plug my show on WPGU, our campus radio station at the U of I. There's been like a long-standing sports show that goes from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. every weekday from called the Illini Drive. So I know.
Ooh, we're going to have to talk with the boss man about that trademark. But okay, your show's called the Illini Drive.
Yeah,
huh?
so I host 2 days out of the week for that, and then there's 3 other hosts that do the remaining 3 days. All of them do great work.
And that's 5 to 6 is when you're on. So you're competing. When you're not here as an intern, you're competing head-to-head with Evan and I.
I've actually never thought about it.
Oh, my gosh. I know. Now I have. So here's what we've got for guests for the next couple of days, and our lineup is going to fill out as well. But tomorrow, Dave Wisnowski's on the show at 3:25. Dave, of course, a legend around here for covering Illini athletics. Looking forward to talking to him. I know he's going to have a lot of thoughts, and he did have a lot of thoughts. If you follow him on the socials, he had an interesting little breakdown and was not very happy, as a lot of people were, about the way that game unfolded on Saturday. But Dave, we'll talk with him about that and also preview the Michigan game. Carson Bounds from Orange and Blue News. Carson, a great follow on socials as well. He does a great job with Orange and Blue. He's going to be on tomorrow at right around 4:25. And then looking ahead to Thursday, Matt Leskis, who's the head coach of Champaign Central, is going to join us right around 3:25. Going to talk with Matt about the upcoming football season. And in particular, I know we're months away from the start of high school football, right? But the reason that we're going to have Matt on, same reason we've talked to a couple other writers, is about some of the new IHSA rule changes. That is a front-of-mind thing for a lot of coaches in the area. So looking forward to talking with Matt. And then we go from high school to NFL stuff. Our guy Brian Teague from Chicago State of Mind Sports, he's at the NFL Combine. Actually, he's everywhere. Okay, he's everywhere. He's at the NFL Combine. He's going to Iowa for the Illinois women's game. And then he's going back to the NFL Combine. So he's flying all over, and then just whatever's going on. I know he's going to be in town Friday as well for the Illinois-Michigan game. But he's going to make some time for us on Thursday, give us some updates from the Combine. And also we talked with Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson today of the Bears. Some interesting news out of that as well. So a lot of good stuff on the way this week. Plus, we're gonna check in on the great one, Kyle Tosk. A few people have asked, hey, is Kyle going to be on again soon? Yes. The great one will be on with us soon. I think he got hit with the flu bug like a lot of other people have. So you haven't got hit yet. I don't want to jinx you, but have you gotten sick yet this year?
I was sick like 2-3 weeks ago, but it was nothing like stomach related. It was just like typical like
nasty
kind of
cold
flu symptoms.
Yeah.
I got my flu shot and it still somehow got me.
That's it morphs every year.
Yeah.
That's what they say. The flu shot is, you got to get it. It'll help lessen the blow.
The 1 year I have not gotten a flu shot in my entire life was last year.
Get you?
Oh my goodness, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like the worst sickness I've ever had in my life.
How long did it last?
It was like probably 5 days.
Yeah.
I was like just laying in my bed, living in my fraternity house at the time, which is probably the worst place you could be sick.
Here, bro. Here's some Jim Beam. That'll kill the germs. Yeah. You'll be fine.
But yeah, that was awful.
No, I thought I anytime I get sick, and I joked last week. Was it last week I had the man cold coop? I'm carrying around my little pharmacy with me here at the station. But I joked that there's nothing worse than a man cold. It's I know childbirth is supposed to be painful, but then there's a man cold. But every time I get the cold, that stupid man cold, it goes to my sinuses or my chest. I either get bronchitis. It's been this way since I was a little kid. So I know eventually I'm going to have to get antibiotics. But got someone that helped me feel I can breathe so much better.
Big relief.
Big relief. The man cold, don't want to go through that again. Definitely don't want to go through the flu. 217-359-2255. We're going to keep working on the text line and hopefully get to your text. Our guy, Tristan Thomas from WCIA3, he's going to join us in just a moment. We're going to talk Illini with him and also some high school hoops as well. Next on The Drive.
So we like talking to Gale Frericks Trucking and Dedicated Diesel, the two businesses you guys run. So talk to me about Gale Frericks Trucking. Why do your drivers like driving for you?
I think because we care about them getting home and having a home life as well as making money, and that they're allowed to be safe.
How about Dedicated Diesel? Who should know about that?
Oh, anybody with a truck or trailer that they work with. We're open now for federal inspections. We can do those. Dedicated Diesel, I've got a couple of great new guys in there, and Melissa's helping on the front end, and I just couldn't be happier with the way things have progressed and the improvements that we've made.
Well, thank you for putting trucks out there that are safe, and you have drivers that are trained up and experienced.
And keeping the rigs up when it comes to those safety stickers with that safety lane service.
Yeah, every month we have a list of annual inspections that Donna puts out to the guys at Dedicated Diesel, and they have to get those inspections done.
That's Dedicated Diesel and Gale Frericks Trucking with Tim Onstadt. Good work. Ellen Hook, Ashley Furniture, President's Day sale. You'll love it. You'll love the energy, and maybe you'll win.
We're going to give away a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
I can't believe you're doing a Tempur-Pedic.
It is our most popular model, but it's a Queen Lux Adapt Tempur-Pedic, and the features I could go on and on about, but if you come in and try it out, you'll see for yourself. Feels great. Sleep is good.
If you get the elevating kind, you decide to buy one that brings you up. Lift gives you a little less snoring.
Less snoring.
Which is
One of our
huge.
bases is so cool, it automatically adjusts as it senses your snoring. It's called a Smart Base, and we're giving one away. So when you purchase the Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress, you're going to get a free queen-size adjustable base. So
That hears the snoring and elevates.
It does. It senses it, and it also syncs up with your TV. So like it's an audio experience. It's a smart base. It's like incredible. The technology is off the charts. You know, for 0% for 60 months, we're not worried about that.
That's quite an offer. Ellen Hook, nice to see you. When is all this happening?
Right now, we are going to end up extending that sale till, I think, March 3rd.
Wouldn't it be nice to visit a car dealership where you didn't feel like you were at an auction? Or didn't feel like you were being taken to the cleaners?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Sarah Champagne. At Sarah, they offer a one-price promise. Every vehicle at a fair price, no negotiation, only the best price. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. SERRA Champagne.com.
Stevie J Broadcasting is looking for organizations that regularly distribute information regarding employment opportunities to job applicants or have job applicants to refer. If your organization would like to receive notification of job vacancies at our stations, please notify Human Relations at 101 East Washington in Philo, Illinois, 61864, or email hr@sjbroadcasting.com or by phone at 217-367-1195. SJ Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer encouraging minorities and females to apply.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, Busey is dedicated to your financial success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back into the Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan out today, but the nephew, Cooper O'Kelly, our fine intern from the Champagne Room, is in studio. Coop, how you feeling?
Feeling good.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk some more Illinois basketball.
Let's keep that trend going, shall we? And one of our favorite people to talk with about that is another fine alum of this station, now doing a great job for WCIA 3. Tristan Thomas is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Tristan, can you tell me exactly what happened Saturday? Can you help make Illini Nation feel better?
Well, I can't be the expert on the UCLA game because I was not watching it live. I was in the middle of state wrestling coverage, which was a whole experience in itself. Always a great environment there at State Farm Center. I was watching the box score. I saw Illinois was up 33-10. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I don't have to worry about this. And then very quickly realized I did after it was only a 7-point game. And then I just saw the stuff. The group chat was going crazy, and I'm also just trying to get my story done for the 10 o'clock news. So a bit of a chaotic time. But hey, some good stories out of state wrestling too. So, for Illinois, I mean, I think I was talking to, Glenn, our sports director, about this earlier today. And I think if you look at it, Illinois doesn't have a loss on paper that's bad, air quotes bad.
Right.
In just terms of, a road loss to a UCLA team who's really good at home. They've got a great record there at their home venue, but with the optics of you didn't have any of your guys, key guys out. You had Kylan, you had Andre. That could be the excuse or the thing to not worry about from like the home loss to Wisconsin, where you weren't fully healthy, or at Michigan State either. I mean, but it was also just a weird set of you get up, obviously that 33-10 lead, and then from then on you just the defensive effort sounds like was, not what Brad Underwood wanted. And I think you see why some coaches are like, Nick Saban is famous for your team's up big, whatever, it's not a big deal, but he'll lose his mind for a false start or something in a game where they're up big, because it's about setting the standard. It's about not worrying about the score, but one possession at a time. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. Play with all out effort. Enjoy the thrill of know the thrill of a all out effort. All those coach speak culture things. But I think broad strokes here with this Illinois team. It's going to be an uphill battle. Needing to beat Michigan and then needing Michigan to lose to someone left on their schedule, potentially Michigan State, and that just seems like a long shot in my eyes to have all of that come together. Ultimately, you just, whether it was injuries, whether it was close losses, losing in overtime too many times, man, it just seems like these Underwood teams, for whatever reason, can't find a way to win in overtime. The regular season title looked like it was already going to be a bit of a uphill battle, but hey, at this point, I think it's just kind of see what you can do against Michigan, right? Like, that's a big. You want to keep that win streak going, a 9-game win streak over the Wolverines, and then the last 2, you got to take care of business. Those would be bad losses, whether that would be at home to Oregon or at Maryland. But ultimately, just look ahead to the postseason, get ready for the Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament, and see what you can do.
Well, Tristan, you mentioned the overtime losses. So this is the Illini's 3rd overtime loss in a pretty short span, and you worry about that pattern: Wisconsin, Michigan State, UCLA. I know none of those 3 are going to. If you were to ask Coach Underwood, he would say, "Well, they were all different circumstances," and he would be right. However, is it giving too much credence to those that like to knock Underwood over fatigue? We've heard Brad for years say, hey, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, they don't get tired. But when you're running with 6 or 7 guys, and at best the Illini have run with 8 this year, is fatigue starting to set in late in the year on this squad?
I mean, you wonder about that, right? I mean, I remember hearing about the 1-seed team. Underwood said they were an exhausted basketball team because of, I guess, how the schedule aligns of the Big Ten tournament going up to the NCAA tournament, and then they just were gassed through playing all those games. Still doesn't excuse a loss in the second round when you were a 1-seed, but regardless, that could play a part into it. I would just wonder if it's this team hasn't fully played a lot of games together. You almost wonder if a couple more games of Kylan fully back. I mean, even you can get Kylan with a fully functioning shooting hand like that would be helpful. I don't know. I think it's not like Illinois is playing a super fast pace. This is one of the slower paced Underwood teams as well. So I'm not worried about them being too gassed. If you're talking about an 8-man rotation with what they had at UCLA. When you get into 6 and there's only one true primary ball handler you feel good about, if you take away an Andre and a Kylan, then I think you saw it. You really saw the fatigue, I think, in the Wisconsin game. But outside of that, I wouldn't be too concerned with that line.
Looking ahead to this Friday, it's a game that seems like a lot of fans have had circled on their calendars for quite some time. What kind of energy do you think that the State Farm Center is going to have this upcoming Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest environments, atmospheres we've seen since the stadium has been called the State Farm Center. It's for my sports director Glenn Kinley, his efforts to look through the schedule while at the gym, as he likes to do, apparently. He figured out that this is the first Big Ten or top 10 matchup at State Farm Center since 2006, when it was Assembly Hall, and I believe it was a top 10 matchup, Illinois and Michigan State, the last year of D. Brown. So it's been a long time since a game as big as this happened at State Farm Center. Illinois was number 12 against number 2 or 3 Purdue a couple years ago in a similar game, right? I'd imagine it's that kind of environment. you're going to get the State Farm Center at full force. Plus, oh yeah, Merez Johnson is back, and the added kind of juice with that, where Merez is having a big time season. Obviously, you see the highlights, and you're like, man, that dude is just a monster, just a force inside. The front court is going to be a big time factor in this matchup. Just so much talent between Mara and Merez and Yaxel and all the talent Illinois has as well. But similar, I guess, if you look back to last year with Sky Clark. But I don't know how many people there, talking students, let's say, were fully remember and understood Sky Clark. Like, I'd imagine there was a lot of, hey, this guy was at Illinois a couple years ago, and we don't like him, we're going to boo him. I'd imagine most, if not all, the student section knows Merez Johnson. I saw him last year, and just knows that storyline. And I expect every time he touches the ball, is mentioned in any way, it's going to be chorus of boos.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room, our fine intern, filling in for Evan Stone. Evan out today, and our guy Tristan Thomas from WCIA3 on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. All right, Tristan, let's switch gears. Let's talk a little bit wrestling, because every year when the state tournament comes to town, it's a madhouse, but it's also a lot of fun. Did you see any familiar faces, any familiar names, and what was the weekend like in regards to your coverage for IHSA wrestling? Well,
it's always ideal when we go into the final day on that championship Saturday for the title matches. Want as many kids from our area in those title matches as possible. Well, we had 8, which was great. A great Friday for a lot of the wrestlers in our area. And, having 8 going into the championship Saturday, we actually only had 1 state champion. But, hey, not to knock any of those guys that lost, getting to a championship bout at state is big time. And for a lot of these kids, some of them underclassmen, Bentley Fields, a kid I talked to from GCMS wrestling at 106 in the championship, he's just a freshman. I mean, to make a run like that and, have to wrestle in a big-time environment like State Farm Center is, speaks, a lot to the talent and, everything coming through there. I'd say the number one storyline I kind of took away and will probably stick with me is, from Decatur Unity Christian, Garrett and Clinton Verhecke. So going into the state championship bouts, they were at 144 and 150, undefeated. I believe each of the previous 3 years they'd been to state, they'd been on the podium. Garrett last year was in the championship match and lost. And the way it's set up on championship in the final round is 3 mats, 1A, 2A, 3A, all in the same mat. So at 144, Garrett goes first. He wins by pin, which is a big time. That was a fun match because it was he had a lead, then he almost got pinned and fell behind on points, and he took the lead and then he pinned the guy, and it was great. It was awesome for him. But then his mind, I'm sure, quickly shifts to, oh yeah, my twin brother is wrestling for a state title too, something that he's been working for forever. Ended up losing a pretty close heartbreaker, 10-9, the final decision. And so it was an interesting story to follow because, usually we do these interviews with these kids, and if you win, it's great. Everybody's so excited. All the things they've been working for. And then I asked Garrett, I'm like, how you doing, man? Like, how are you processing this? And he was like, man, that was soul crushing to see his twin brother lose right after, the mountaintop moment for him. But, hey, historic finishes for Unity Christian, and, I'm sure big things ahead on the mat for those guys as well. Mohamed Seymour, Marco Casillas made a run to the championship bout, ended up falling in a close one, but he's only a sophomore, so I'd imagine to see him back. And I remember seeing his brother Mateo making runs through the postseason. I was actually, when I was an intern at WCIA, I helped with the coverage when it was not the IHSA wrestling championship, it was the IWCOA. Amid COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I got kind of that was an interesting one over in Springfield. But yeah, it's always fun time to cover these teams. It's interesting because when you interview some of these wrestlers, like it's a true wild card. Like sometimes they like to just not say anything. They're very, just very locked in, just very blunt, matter of fact. And sometimes you get great stuff. Like Landon Loggy from GCMS Fisher, he said he was talking about the culture in the wrestling room with Falcons. He's like, yeah, we want to be foxhole guys. In World War I, you want a guy that you can trust in the foxhole when bullets are flying, or paraphrasing here. And I'm like, whoa, how we were talking about wrestling, now we're on the battlefield of World War I. So you never know where some of those interviews are going to go, but always appreciate those guys being candid and honest with us.
Let me tell you, Tristan, that means he's really focused in history class right now. That's what that means. He's learning a lot. That's what's going on there.
I could also see that being like a day one coaches thing of this is the mentality. This is what we want to stand by, and then obviously it stuck. It sounds like
it did. Real quick before we let you go, any storylines you think people in Central Illinois should be paying attention to in regards to their local high school hoops?
Yeah, we're getting pretty close to. Now the boys are in play, the regionals.
Right.
Not a lot of great matchups right away. You get some of those higher seeds, lower seeds. It's rare you see an upset. But then I think once you get into sectionals, the cream really starts to rise to the top. You get these regional champions playing each other, and then you got to lock in for that to see which teams can make a run in the postseason. We mentioned some of the top ones at Tuscola. I just talked to their team. They've got a pretty good squad, plenty of talent there for Justin Bozar's team with the Warriors. So yeah, excited to follow that. And then, oh, by the way, the girls are still rolling along into sectionals. So we'll be following that. We'll be covering a lot of that as well. And going back to Illinois-Michigan real quick, 2019, the last time Michigan beat Illinois, how many players on that Michigan team can you guys name?
Oh my gosh, Coop, are you up for this one?
Probably not a single one.
I don't. You put me on the spot, and I knew that was going to happen, Tristan. You always have trivia. I don't know, man. Hit me. Give me something.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Their main point guard he was known for having a sky hook. He had that in his bag, or at least tried to have that in his bag.
So it's not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No.
Coop, do you know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is?
Yeah.
Okay, just
come
on.
Yeah, the captain.
Tristan, I don't know, man. You've stumped me. I am on the spot, and I am busted. I don't know.
Okay, one of them is a current NBA player. Had a run in Golden State.
Steph Curry.
No.
Oh,
I believe he's with the Wizards now.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole. There you go.
Yes, Jordan Poole.
Thank
on
you.
That team. Scored 10 points. The guy I was referencing was Xavier Simpson.
Oh, duh. Yeah, that's a good one. Good pull. He did attempt a skyhook. Yes, he did.
Ignas Brazdeikis, another key player on that team. Isaiah Livers.
Dude. What else you got?
Yeah,
keep them coming. I'm going to keep acting like either I know or don't know. I do remember some of these kids. Say that one again.
I didn't remember that. Eli Brooks.
Eli Brooks. There's the name I remember. There's one I remember from that group.
I'm pretty sure it was Eli Brooks. I remember seeing Michigan fans. It was the thing they're spamming on Twitter of we were supposed to be afraid of you, and it was him, and it was crying, laughing emojis all over the place, and then Illinois won by 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where is he now? Barcelona or something like that. Eli.
Yeah, Cooper effort that for us.
Yeah, I think it's Barcelona, and you know what? He's if you look him up, I'm looking him up now. It still says Michigan Wolverines guard. It doesn't say that he's with the Barcelona squad or whatever it is. He's in NBA Europe. I know that, but
basket man race.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully some good stuff ahead for the Illini squad this Friday night. Are you going to be at State Farm Center covering that one?
I believe I will be on the high school coverage. So we got a spread. I believe that's regional. There'll be regional championships going on. So we got to spread the coverage out. It's going to be a wild time. We'll have plenty of coverage from that game coming up, but will not be from yours truly.
All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to whatever you're working on, and folks can find what you're working on at Tristan Thomas TV, correct?
Yes, you memorized it now at this point.
It took me 6.5, 7 months, Tristan, but by God, I got it,
Yes.
buddy.
That's on Twitter, and then on Facebook, Tristan Thomas, WCIA.
All right, Tristan, we appreciate your time, dude. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks, boys. Have a good one.
All right, that's our guy, Tristan Thomas, WCIA 3 on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. We hit all sorts of stuff there. Some good stuff from Tristan in regards to the Illini, the tough loss against UCLA, what's coming up next with Michigan, also the wrestling coverage from the weekend, and a couple of little nuggets for basketball as well. And Coop, how are you on your wrestling knowledge? I feel like you may not be up on it like Evan.
I know nothing about wrestling at all.
No?
No, my brother did it when he was in junior high, and then for like a year of high school, and I went to maybe 2 of his meets. That's about.
What kind of brother are you?
I was doing sports at the same time. It didn't line up.
What were you doing at the time?
I played volleyball in high school.
Ah.
Yeah.
Were you a forward?
I was a libero.
A what?
Libero.
A libero?
Yeah. You only play in the back row.
Ah. So no bump
Not the
set
tallest
kill?
guy.
No. You know, you're really there to protect the line.
I was just passing. Yeah.
What else? Okay. Now, see, this is something I don't even think we got into any of this with you yet. Have we talked about your glory days of sports?
I don't think so.
Not like we do with Evan, huh?
No.
No. Okay. Well, what else? So volleyball.
Yeah, that was the only sport I played in high school. I mean, growing up, baseball was definitely my number one, but didn't have it in me to play high school baseball. So.
How did you end up? See, my cousin Audra, she might get a little embarrassed, but she had a full ride scholarship to play volleyball at Southern. Shout out to the Salukis, and really great volleyball player. So I would go and watch her as a kid play, and half the time had no idea what was going on. But I can follow it now as I've gotten older. But as a kid, I just thought my cousin Audra was the coolest. So how did you discover volleyball? So I'm really intrigued by this.
Yeah, my dad coaches. So he coaches like at both of. So my hometown has 2 high schools. He coaches boys volleyball at one of them, and then girls volleyball at another.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhere right now, what's your hometown?
Palatine, Illinois.
You're from Palatine. So somewhere right now, there's some kid in Palatine going, that freaking Cooper O'Kelly only made the team because his dad was the coach. I could have been a superstar volleyball player.
No. He coached boys at my rival high school, so he was not my coach.
Oh, okay.
He coached girls at my high school.
Dude, I had my dad for a coach for a couple of things, and it was not fun. I don't know if you did. Your dad ever coach?
Yeah, he coached Little League growing up.
Oh, felt like never mind. It was rough. We'll just say it was rough.
All right.
It was rough. Keep the text coming. We're still working on the text line. I'm not going to give up on it, Coop. I'm not giving up.
I don't know if it's coming back today.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, there's the final text we've got are a bunch of people trying to win tickets for the game on Friday night by texting Illini to 217-359-2255. You can still do that. The text line's going to get fixed. It'll be working. It'll be up and rolling again. And when that happens, you will already be in the running to win tickets for Friday night's game at State Farm Center, courtesy of Jets Pizza and Parlor Donuts. You know who else could help us potentially with our text line, Coop?
Who?
You know what could? Some wealth management. Because if you've got an issue, you got to get it fixed, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you got to pay to get it fixed.
You got to pay to get it fixed. And maybe the basics on your money you need some help with. Well, that's where Busey comes in. See how it all ties together there, sir?
That was very smooth.
Thank you. All right, here's what we got for you, including retirement planning with Busey Wealth Management. Planning your retirement can seem overwhelming. Social Security may not provide enough income for your retirement years, and fewer employers today offer a traditional company pension plan that guarantees you a specific amount. So this is where Busey Wealth Management can come in. They can help you determine your retirement income needs. They can help you calculate the gap. They can help you figure out how much you're going to need and how much to save for your retirement years. Then you build your retirement fund. You map out with Busey a savings plan and put it into action. It is never too early to start. And for that matter, it's really never too late to start. So if you're a young guy like Coop and you're thinking about, hey, wonder if I can be financially secure when I'm in my 60s. You're probably not thinking that right now, buddy.
No, I need to start, though.
You need to start. Busey Wealth Management can help you with that. They'll help you build your retirement fund. You can understand your investment options. Professionals like the team at Busey Wealth Management can assist you in selecting investments that are appropriate for your goals, your risk tolerance, and time horizon. Busey, sponsor of the drive, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, we've learned that you are a volleyball champion. Did we learn you're a volleyball champion?
We won a regional championship.
Yo, okay.
Yeah, I didn't play in the game, but I was
man,
there
I'm
on
building
the
you
bench.
up.
All right, my bad. Yeah, I was the star player.
Who did you beat in the championship game?
It's actually good. Ooh.
We'll have to. We're gonna find out more about Coop. You think about this.
All right, I'll get back to you guys.
When we come back from the break, Coop is he's Googling who they beat right now. Well, he's got a really good computer. His text line works. That's next on the drive.
Maybe we should talk about the quality you get at Ashley Home Store, not just stylish, but quality.
We have one of the most amazing brands. We are quality first, and because we are the largest producer of furniture in North America, we have to produce at the highest standard. So we're quality checking everything, up to 300 pounds on all of our reclining furniture. I've been to the factory. I've seen how they do the quality testing, and it's pretty impressive. It's kind of furniture nerdy, but I think it's pretty fun to see how they go above and beyond. So the highest quality steel, they make their own foam, they make their own mattresses. It's the most vertically integrated furniture company in the world.
Do people understand when you go to Ashley Furniture the selection?
We have a lot of furniture. We don't even feature probably 50% of what's available by Ashley in our stores, but we have 40,000 square foot showrooms. And here in Champaign, we have one of our largest showrooms. So we have all the categories: living room, bedroom, dining, mattress, home office, kids, furniture, you name it. Our website is ashley.com.
Rescue workers face death every day, and far too often their families lose them while they're helping you on the road. When you see emergency lights flashing, you must slow down and move over to the far lane. That includes red, blue, and orange lights. If you hit someone on the road, you'll be charged with a felony. That means jail time. Help us keep our families safe when we're out helping yours. When the lights are flashing, use caution passing. Let's all go home safe tonight.
Brought to you by Tapman's Towing.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Football season is over, but there's still plenty to bet at Circus Sports. From pro to college basketball, hockey, and everything in between, Circus Sports has it all. Circus Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, tight money line splits, and best of all, no bet fees. Whether you're looking for futures on March hoops, props on your favorite players, and more, Circus Sports has you covered. Download the Circus Sports app or visit circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Lands is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Lands we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Lands Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back into the Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. Evan out today, a little under the weather. It's all right. We got nephew Coop holding it down. Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room. Our fine intern, always doing a good job.
This is this the first show with just me and you? Is this the first show with?
Yeah, I did one with just me and Evan, but this is our first just me and you.
Now, how would you compare it? Who's the better co-host, me or him?
No comment.
Okay, all right. I didn't think so. I was just trying. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've talked plenty about the Illini loss against UCLA on Saturday night, and we'll talk more with Carson Gordy coming up in the next hour. But when we went into the break, we were discussing your glory days at Palatine when you were a volleyball superstar.
Yeah, at Fremd High School in Palatine.
Which high school?
Fremd High School, but it's in Palatine.
Remd High School.
Fremd, but the
Fremd High School.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's all good.
I apologize.
Palatine was our bitter rival.
So you went to Fremd.
I
Palatine was the rival. 2 high schools in town?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any like what was the atmosphere like when you had your showdown with them in the volleyball matchups?
Oh man, crazy. No, not really. Nobody really. I mean, it was. I don't know. There was a decent amount, like in terms of like crowds that would show up for boys volleyball. Like it was more when it was from Palatine, I would say.
How many kids went to your high school?
That's a good question. I think in my graduating class it was like 600-700.
See, here's why I ask: because you had boys volleyball. Like, and I'm not knocking. I mean, that means you had to have good numbers you have to have numbers to support those programs. So I think when I started my senior year, we had, I'm ballparking. I'm going to be generous and say we had 200 kids that were supposed to graduate my senior year when it started. And I think maybe we ended up with 150 or 125.
What happened to everybody?
You know, I don't know. I guess government class was too hard. I don't know. I can't tell you. You know what it was? It was a mass protest because there wasn't any volleyball at Paris High School. That's what it was.
You guys are missing out.
Or maybe I'm getting that completely. I know when my freshman year started, my class had right around 200 kids. And maybe that's what it is. And then by the end of it, we were at like 125, 150, something like that. But even if we had all 200s, I don't think we would have the numbers to support volleyball. I remember my junior or senior year, they introduced wrestling in PE, and the hope was that maybe wrestling was going to become a thing, but I don't think it ever did, at least not to my knowledge.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think boys volleyball like started to get a little bit of steam like right when I was getting into high school.
Yeah.
Like more popular. It was always like a thing at my high school, but like I think more kids were trying out year in and year out.
So were you a part of did you play it in junior high too? Did you have it
We
at that
did.
level?
Okay, so we did not have a team at my junior high, but I think they're in the process of trying to add them to junior highs in the area.
That's cool.
Yeah, so picking up a little momentum, boys volleyball.
All right. What else can we learn about? I feel like we're learning. So last week we learned that, and this is, I'm not making fun of you. It's more about my age than it is yours, that you didn't know what dial-up internet was.
Correct.
You said, what is dial-up? I made a joke about, you're like, what is it? And so we had to explain off the air and then back on the air what it was. And then we got a text. I can't remember who it was from, maybe Scott and Terre Haute, or someone said, you continue the great tradition of drive interns.
That was very nice. I think it was Scott.
I think it was our guy Scott and Terre Haute. I got to tell you, you have I don't know if a dry sense of humor is the right word for it, but it is nice to hear some of that come out of you, Coop.
I appreciate it.
See that?
Yeah.
That right there. He's a very smooth talker, this guy. Okay, what else can we learn about you? I don't know. We've talked a little bit movies. We were going to draft. Normally we draft on Tuesdays. Evan's out sick, but I left it up to you to decide what we were going to draft this week. So when Evan is back and you are back, which will be Thursday, what did you decide?
I think it would be fun since it's Michigan week. It's Illinois, Michigan is the big highlight of the week on Friday that we're going to be drafting things that start with the letter M.
Things that, and it could be anything.
Like favorite things that start with the letter M.
Favorite things that start with the letter M. Something tells me nobody's going to draft Michigan.
No.
I have a feeling that won't happen.
Yeah, probably not.
What else could it be? Okay. And these are, it can be any verb, right? Person, place, thing, but our favorite things.
The first ones that came to mind, like music, movies.
Oh,
like really
pretty broad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But you can't draft the rapper Eminem.
No, because that starts with an E.
It starts with E, but you could draft the candy Eminem.
I think it'll be fun.
Music and movies. Those are going to be the first two things that go.
I would assume so.
That's got to be it. I hope I get the first pick. Well, I'll tell you what. We've battled the text line. And Twitter's been kind to us. Instagram's been kind to us. Shout out to anybody that's hopped along the Twitter realm. And you can follow us at The Drive 935 on Twitter, also on Instagram. What are you giggling about?
My parents listen to the show, and my girlfriend and my grandma usually do sometimes too. But my mom, I just got a text pop up on my laptop. She was like, "You better draft Mom." So we'll see. We'll see about that.
Here's a little. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to real quick before we get to the top of the hour. So yesterday we had, and you're going to hear more about this. We had a special guest stop by, Richard Patrick, or Butch Patrick, Butch Patrick, who Richard Patrick's a singer in a band. That's got me thinking about music. Butch Patrick, who played Eddie Munster on the Munsters back in the 60s. He was here at the station. It was a really cool experience for me. And I'm asking Coop, and it's like just deer in headlights. And I said, just ask your parents if they know who the Munsters are. And what do they say?
They knew. Yeah, they knew the Munsters right away.
They knew right away. And I think Butch was on this morning with Stevie and Diane. I'm pretty sure. So if you missed that interview with them, you can find that on our website at steviej.com. Carson Gordy from WICS-TV in Fox, Illinois. He's on the way in just a few to talk Illinois and UCLA with us. Looking ahead to the Michigan game on Friday. Throw some curveballs at you. It's been a pleasure.